Gentlelady yields back. I now recognize the gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Ogles, for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to the witnesses. There's been a lot of talk about ICE, and unfortunately, really outside the scope of this hearing. And for that, to our witnesses, I apologize, because science and technology, TSA, the chairman of cyber, I'm going to spend a lot of my time with the good doctor here, but S&T, if you would, please, if there's anything that we can do as members of this committee in Congress to help you affect your job more efficiently, please, if you'll reach out to my office, I'd love to have an offline conversation with you, TSA. Same with you as well. And, and I commend you and your office and your agents for the job you're doing during the shutdown. And it should be noted, Mr. Chairman, that Joe Biden reassigned air marshals to assist with the movement of illegals across the southern border. So when we talk about reassignment of roles, let's look at the large scope of how it's been done under previous administrations. So, and then, again, collective bargaining, you want to talk about manufacturing. When you look at Six Sigma and Lean Six and efficiencies within operations, the fact that we're bringing that to the government is a good thing as we move forward. And so we specifically, to Mr. Dr. Gottumukkala, we have the privilege of talking. When you look at reductions within your agency, one of the things we said, or I said in the previous hearing, the cyber subcommittee, was that it's about quality, not necessarily quantity. Can you speak to the numbers and, quite frankly, the trend lines? Your department is, when you look at attrition, slightly below the federal average. Take it away, sir.
Thank you, Congressman.
Gentleman yield.
I do not. Thank you.
Congressman, thank you for the question. And first of all, I want to say that there is continued bipartisan support across for CISA. And the personnel that we have, we are making sure that they are on mission. For somehow the bad press or whatever we see, we miss the point that CISA personnel are deployed across the 10 regions in support of all 56 states and territories, working with the local.
Specifically, good doctor, because we have limited time. So roughly 800 agents. What percentage of the workforce is that? 23 some odd percent?
That is correct, sir. About 23% participated in the workforce transition program.
And then the national average of, aside from that, roughly 9% across federal agencies, you're trending, what, 7% attrition?
That is correct, sir. Compared to the previous years, it's about 9.25 approximately across all federal agencies, and we were at 6.5 to 7.5% from a natural attrition this year.
So the facts, quite frankly, speak for themselves. And as chairman of cyber, I spent a lot of time in the SCIF getting updates on the constant attacks that we face from threat actors like China, like North Korea, like Iran, like Russia. And yet you're doing more with less, and you're doing it more efficiently. And so for that, I say thank you. One of the things that we talked about and what's important, I think, to the American people, when again, I said it in the hearing, is the war has already begun. We know who the adversary is. Our primary adversary is China. It's important that we on this committee and you and your agency have better communications, increase communications, and then we're updated on a much more timely basis. So with that, again, per our conversation, do you agree that members of this committee, and in particular the subcommittee on cybersecurity and infrastructure, which has direct oversight of CISA, will be informed in a timely manner and, quite frankly, when needed, in a SCIF so that we can do our jobs and help you and assist you in doing yours, sir?
Congressman, I appreciate the support. Yes, definitely.
Yes, sir. And then, to change subjects, and I appreciate you, your willingness to meet with me. I appreciate all of you for being here. When we look at the mission statement and the directive we have here with the committee, it's important that we keep things in perspective. We have an obligation to the American people and to the American taxpayer. And one of the things that we've seen under the previous administrations plural, is the absolute suck on our system, our infrastructure, and our welfare. So, for example, Bhutan, 81.4% are on welfare. Yemen, 75.2%. Somalia, 71.9%. Marshall Islands, 71.4%. Afghani, 68.1%. Dominican Republic, 68.1%. Bangladesh, 54.8%. Pakistan, 40.2%. And I can go on. But this idea that doctors and lawyers were brought into this country to help our society is absolute nonsense. Go back to Hart-Celler. back to the 1960s. Let's abolish it and, quite frankly, deport them all. This is the United States of America. We get to decide who comes in, and Mr. Chairman, we get to decide who leaves. I yield back.
Gentlemen,